Hello, welcome to Spear Point. Um, yeah, what a week. And happy full moon. So we have the full moon in Libra, and it's supposed to be, I think they call it a pink moon. And I'm aware that there's a lot of astrological things happening this day, but yeah, a lot of energy is moving, especially these last couple of days. And so today felt very appropriate. So a lot is coming in. So this I don't think this one's going to be about the masculine initiation. This is kind of like a general collective kind of check-in. We'll see if another message comes in today. But I wanted to open up and just kind of let it flow. There's a beautiful energy inviting a lot of this to kind of come in. And there's a lot moving between the collectives as well. So one of the things that I saw was it was actually interesting. So, and I feel like this is a message kind of going forward is that the surrender to the divine and what seems to be happening is like um I'm aware that my heart is opening in ways that is amazing to feel. So it feels like the masculine system in general, and this can be masculine or feminine, but I feel like it's very strongly within the masculine collective, is kind of like starting to break open. And this is not something that can be initiated. Like how I experience this to me is like literally my heart is opening up and it's taking a lot of my system by surprise. And there's a lot of reconfiguration happening with that, but it happens from the deep core essence outward. With that, a lot of the things are being pushed up to the surface that have been covering the heart. So that's why it can be feeling a little bit heavy as things continue to move. So one of the things that came in this morning that I was asking for guidance on as I opened the door this morning was that I had a profound surge of energy kind of run through me. And what it was that no matter all the walking I've been doing and the surrendering to source and being having my direction, my energy be directed a certain way and following that, there was almost kind of like how I'll say it is like a rewiring within my system that there was no guarantees on how this will all fall into place. So, and it was a deeper surrender to follow, to continue on, but also that there was more energy opening up and kind of almost a a call to love, a call from love. Actually, that seems better. Seems like that's what's going on today, and the lead up to this day. And every day is like a portal. There really is. There's like so much going on each and every moment. And I was aware because it was brought up to my attention a couple of times serendipitously, like the full moon that was going to happen today. Um, where I'm at, it's supposed to happen like tonight at like 9:30. So that was brought into my attention, and I just kind of put it on the back seat and just be like, okay, like that's good. And then it came, and it always comes in three times for me. So serendipity, like just out of the blue. So when it came in the third time, I'm just like, okay. And then I went to sleep and woke up this morning, and the amount of energy that's moving, um, it feels like a lot is clicking into place and a lot is moving and exiting at the same time. So it's one of those days where a lot of movement, a lot of things, but it does whatever form this takes. I know that my heart, my deepest essence is opening. and it's like I'm not in control of it, right? It's the deepest core essence of me, my heart, my soul, and it's opening up. And there's a lot that with that is being kind of pushed up to the surface, but also kind of like that soft, sweet expression is starting to hum a little bit louder, but it's in union with everything else. So the dance between that and everything else, it's a perfect choreographed dance. So as this love kind of just starts to swirl and starts to hum, there is this really excitement of like kind of it's picking up. And I'm excited to see where that goes because it's one, it's home. Two, it's a truer expression. But at the same time, it's not forcing. This is guided. This is from divine. So the rollout is almost yet to be seen. So it's kind of like there's so much energy moving right now. And it does feel a lot to do with, so one, just speaking very honestly and vulnerable, it's like a lot to do within my own life. Like there's a lot of my past expression and some of my own story that's coming up to be purified, let go, realignment within the actual energetic structure of my being. But then it's also, you can see that it's prep work. It's like groundwork. There's stuff moving between the masculine and feminine, like between in my own body, my inner union, my masculine and feminine. There was almost like this kind of dance that was going on, and like the more of my essence that comes in, and the more of my heart opens up. It's almost kind of like there's this volley back and forth between the masculine and feminine. So how it feels to me is that yes, there's purification work that's being happening on the masculine, but like with this opening up, it's kind of like a volley over and a complete surrender when you do that. So that was interesting to feel today. Like it opened up, there was kind of like this explosion of it felt very warm and hot. Like I was woken from a dead sleep and like my core was just very, very bright. And it was almost like a volley over, like a whole gift of love into um the void of creation. And then it was a complete surrender because my system then was trying to figure out, so not consciously, but my system was kind of rearranging itself and being like, okay, well, this just opened up and the pure expression just was expressed. What's coming back? What's the circuit? What's the complete circuit of this energy? And then there was this almost absence. And it was interesting to feel. So my system had to correct itself. And then it was a deeper surrender to divine. So almost like falling into the earth. And then like father son, like being walking the way of the sun. So I've experienced the sun very masculine expression. So that was almost being a sun walker. So like walking the way of the sun rays. And what does that feel like? How does that um form? But it's also like, yeah, there it is. The expression of the sun and like just shining. That's just the masculine love too. Like there's nothing that really needs to, it doesn't do it for anything other reason, but just for love and sustaining creation, the solar system, right? So, and there's this, that is almost what's harmonizing within my system. But then in between the collectives, I can feel that it's almost like on the, how it feels to me, especially with my inner feminine, is like that when gifted is kind of like there's a delay. There's kind of like, okay, that's how it feels on my inner feminine. It's kind of like, okay. And then just a continuation, like no response, no nothing, just continuation of the work. Because what today feels like is almost like a birthing, um, but like a a new way of, not a new way. a sustained, yeah, a sustained love between the collectives gifted from divine and then running into the physical. So I felt this before, but this feels like another level, another layer that's kind of like birthing and cracking the physical reality, if we want to say that. And there's a lot of rewiring that's happening, but also like a complete surrender to how this all forms into place. And the more you can get out of the way, the easier it is. So the more your system can kind of like rearrange, and the more it's like dropping into that pure state, the more energy moves. And so a couple of I will say energies, beings that wanted to come in, and it would certainly help me with all this, but they're kind of knocking on the door, so I'll give them credit. So the dragonflies, so they're really important to me, but they seem to be very present. Um, just when I was about to get on, they came in buzzing, so I was very happy for that and very appreciative. And then bluebirds. So I don't know the significance of it. I just know that they were present within the activation of my own heart. So, like, how it felt to me is that, so in meditation, the bluebird came in and then it kind of like, that's wings on my physical heart. So, on both hearts, allowed them to kind of like open even more and continue that process of this expression of true love in both flavors. So you have the masculine expression of true love and the feminine expression of true love from divine, from source, and then actually dancing and being in that. Um, so today, I mean, to start felt very intense, but now, like, just sitting with it and allowing it to move, and then also being able to drop into yourself. So not being caught up in those layers that are being moved up to be kind of like almost purged out of the system, not getting caught up in those, but allowing the whole system to operate actually allowed me to drop into this very sweet, graceful, passionate energy, but it's very soft and calm and stable. Actually, there's an element of stability within this love. And it's very beautiful to feel and kind of like just sit in that and just allow it to run. So I'm very interested to see how all this kind of goes because there's more coming in. Like the river is still moving and a lot is moving with it. So jumping in the river, you still have to swim. As much as it carries you, you still have to do some. But that is picking up speed. And there's an element of the tempo within the energy is like clicking in and it's starting to get really rapid. This year has already been really rapid, but we're hitting rapids. But it's fun, it's graceful, it's soft and sweet. And there's an element of, it feels almost like this pink liquid love that's just like, oh, and it's very relaxing, but it's also like there is a invitation of so much energy moving in to open the heart. Now you can't consciously open your heart, you just allow it to open. And the more you sit with that and be conscious of it and surrender to your own heart as it opens, your whole system gets to kind of like rearrange itself. And then this opening starts to shine more and more. So this is absolutely lovely. And um, I thank you so much for this day and for you listening to this if you're guided to. And I give you a lot of love from my heart and soul because it seems like it's very opened and just shining. And it feels amazing to see that and feel that. So, with this, it's very sunny here. It's almost summertime feeling in Durango. where I'm at. So it's amazing to kind of like be in that. So in that reflection, but wherever you are, I wish you love and beauty and joy and gratitude for who you are truly. And say hi to whatever land keeps you and loves you. So thank you for that. I have sessions available, of course. I'll link it down below if you're guided. And happy full moon. Say hi to the sun. Oh, and the moon. And the moon. Thank you. Have a beautiful rest of your day.